Hey, it's just so Trish, and yes, it's been a while, but back to Weightloss Wednesday. Oh, so okay, doing Weight Watchers all those years, and I know I've talked about it, and like I can do Weight Watchers, do it in my sleep, but when it comes to actually staying on plan anymore, I can't, and that's been really hard. And so one of the problems I ran into, and I know that we've talked about it, is just the fact that I believe fat is good and I don't believe no fat is. And I'm not really big into sugar. I'm always trying to cut out sugar. I don't know what they're doing. So, it just kind of set me up to fail, and I've been having a hard time sticking with it. And I'm going to be honest, I've never had a chance to ever have to try to maintain on Weight Watchers because I got pregnant. And usually by the time I was getting pregnant, I was starting to go back up the scale. So, with that said, I don't know, I've been sitting and doing nothing. Just eating my fat and being happy. Oh, being anxious or whatever. Crazy hair. So, finally, I know, I'm a little slow on it. But, at the same time I started back on doing Weight Watchers, I talked to my girlfriend, and she was doing the Trim Healthy Mama. And she told me a little about it, and I go, well, you know, I know this works. Let me, when I'm ready to maintain, I'll look into it, and not till then. Well, so I haven't been doing anything, and put every bit of weight back on. So I'm back at almost 190. Like, when I say almost, it's like 4/10 of a pound. From 190, I went back to 190, and she's been losing like steadily. So I was like, I should give Trim Healthy Mama a try. So we went on a trip for Thanksgiving. That's a whole nother video for my anxiety. Had a great time, but my anxiety was off the charts. And on the ride there, I made my husband stop. I'm like, where's a Bucks A Million? Of course, I paid retail, but I was just like, I don't care. And I got the Trim Healthy Mama. So it's kind of like my thought. So I spent the whole week reading it, and I decided December 1st, which was yesterday, is the day, my start day. I'm actually pretty impressed, and it was funny because, I don't know, Trim Healthy Mama, I hate to say the name turned me off a little bit. It did. I thought it was going to be hokey, but it's not hokey at all. I'm pretty impressed. And it was funny because reading it really was resonating with a lot of what I actually believe. You know, fat is good. And I believe fat is important, and just the health benefits of eating fat. And then the health benefits of bone broth. You know, those are things I truly hold dear. And it was just funny because I know low fat works. I know low carb works. I don't know. I just felt like, I don't want to say, was there a world that they could both exist? But I was a bit like, I need my fat in it, you know, and it's funny, just like they spoke about in the book, you know, you put them together, you start gaining weight. Well, that's what I did. I mean, I went off the low fat and just started carb loading. And not carb loading, fat loading with my carbs, and that worked out. So, I have to admit, I wasn't expecting it, but I seriously was like, yeah, that is, oh my goodness, this is, yeah. So, I know that doesn't say much, yeah. But, I'm pretty impressed. I like the idea. And I believe that it's sound, you know, about the fact that you don't want to put your fuels together, and you want to keep your carbs and your fat separate at mealtime and focus on your protein. But it's such a whole different mentality. And I'm going to say, when it comes down to like day one, I know low carb. Not low carb. I know low fat. I could do low fat with my eyes shut. I get it. In day one, I'm just like, I'll go low carb. low carb, low carb, low carb. I had no desire to do the low fat. So I actually had to force myself into a low fat, high carb meal in the evening, because I'm reading, and the really cool part is there's a Facebook group, there's Pinterest, there's all this support that's just with mamas like me. And seeing that, hey, it's really important to change up those meals. And then I find like the biggest hurdle I have is learning to eat every 3 hours, because one of my problems is I don't, and I go into starvation mode. So what I learned reading the book but not doing the plan, because you know you have that time in there, one is Good Girl Moonshine is my favorite. So before I even left, I had come across Serene and Pearl's video on making Good Girl Moonshine and the shrinker, and I was like, oh, that looks strange, but I'm curious. So I put together and I did the Good Girl Moonshine. The first round I took it, I was like, it's okay. It's, you know, it's, well, I was just like, it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Well, by the end of the week, so the whole time we're off on this trip, I grabbed my Stevia, which I have to say, shout out to my best friendy who gave me like a little thing of Stevia that I've been sitting in my cabinet for a year not using. And so when I went to do it, I'm like, it felt like a God thing, because it was there when I was ready for it. It was there in my cabinet and I used it. I mean, in fact, I've offered to give it back to her a couple times because I'm like, I haven't used it. I don't think I will use it. I use it all the time now. So I had the Stevia. I grabbed my raw apple cider vinegar because I was using that to calm sore throats. And I had ginger. And so I'm just going to town. And then I started adding lemon essential oils to it, which was like bomb diggity. And then I added lime to it. So I like it. In fact, I think I'm going to probably end up going to put drops of ginger. Going a ginger essential oil, not the grind. I haven't decided, but when I get that I will. So I sipped on that the whole time. I mean, loving that. I drink that non-stop now. And so then today I finally got what I needed, because the oolong tea took me a while to find, to get the shrinker. Oh, I love the shrinker. In fact, I'm like calling people up. I'm like, I'm drinking Good Girl Moonshine and it is good. I can't even, let me tell you what's in it. And they're like, I'm like, no, but it is good. And then, I mean, I could drink that all the time. In fact, I was like, okay, I should probably try another drink, because, you know, I can't, you know, I was shocked. The Good Girl Moonshine was great. I'm like, but I'm kind of like, that doesn't sound good. So I did the shrinker this morning. It is fantastic. Oh my goodness. It's like, you know, in some ways I was telling my mom about it. I go, it's like Christmas in a jug. I love it. And I know it's not, but I don't know. It kind of reminds me of an eggnog. It's not eggnog, but it does remind me of, and I think it's just the cinnamon and that little bit of red pepper. Oh, I could be living on that. In fact, I got one of my little half gallons I put my milk in, and I'm making it just for the shrinker. And then the really cool part, so the Good Girl Moonshine, the really cool part on the Good Girl Moonshine was I started reading up, and it's actually originally called the Switzer. The Switzer? So, and Laura Ingalls, I have a baby behind me. Can you? Thank you. I got somebody doing schoolwork behind the couch, and the baby's like aggravating her, and I'm like, So it's called the Switzer, and you can look it up, and like they've been drinking this since the 1600s, and when soda and refrigeration all came into play, like it just fell out of style, so it's kind of making a comeback. But they would mix it with molasses, where I'm mixing mine with stevia. So there you go. So that's kind of cool. So the kids, and the other part I ran into is the kids are constantly sucking down my Good Girl Moonshine. So I'm just like, okay, I'll make you your own. So I made them a half gallon of their own with actual sugar, because we don't have sugar issues with them, just me. And that works out pretty good. But it's awesome on the aspect that we don't drink soda and we don't keep soda in the house. And here's like a whole new alternative that has the resemblance of soda, but it's not soda. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And I'm ecstatic about I went and got like hibiscus, red hibiscus tea, which is full of vitamin C's. It cools you. It has so many awesome properties. We actually grow that plant here. That's the one that I showed you with the clippings. And so I went ahead and got the tea so I didn't have to mess with the blooms. And it was awesome. And I'm looking forward to making Good Girl Moonshine out of that. And so there's all different ways to make Good Girl Moonshine. So just the drinks alone, I'm like, yes, yes. You know, I really changing it up. And I mean, I don't have a problem drinking water, but if I can get away from water, I'm just like, so I'm doing that. So I'm working at it. I look forward to, like, next Wednesday, I will tell you how week 1 went. Trying to learn to eat. You know, the big thing is you don't have to count points. You don't have to do all this. I have to journal because that's who I am. But I look forward to, like, even in Weight Watchers, when I did Weight Watchers, I would be able to go so long. And then after a while, I'm like, I don't need to write everything down. I got this. So I guess honeymoon period, I need to write everything down so I learn my routine. So I'm writing things down. And next week I'll show you that and I'll kind of give you a recap. I will tell you, okay, so my adventures of the book was, I'm reading this and I'm on a big trip. You know, I'm gone in the car. I mean, I spent 20 hours in the car. My chiropractor didn't like that, and I didn't like it when he fixed it, but I read the book. And, you know, I'd spent time just reading it off and on. And see, I mean, highlighting it galore. And I did know to bring tabs because I knew I was going to buy it. So I bought the book and I seen the cookbook next to it. And I was like, well, I just need the book because the book has recipes in it. Well, it's a new edition. I did not know that they split the recipes and the plan apart. And you had to buy the 2 books. So it did get a little frustrating to me as we were driving. I'm like, they're referencing the cookbook. And it's not on that part, it's just my part. And I'm like, I don't have a cookbook. I don't know where that's at. And it was hard because my whole idea was the ride home, I'll finish the book, I'll make myself a meal plan, I'll have my grocery list. When I get home the next day I can go grocery shopping, I can get all the food for the family, and I can get what I need for my diet. My new, actually, I mean, it's really kind of like a new way of thinking about eating food. And I can just get on it. Not without the cookbook. And as hard as I tried, I was like, honey, please, can we stop at a Books A Million, a Barnes and Noble, something to get the book? No. Okay, so let me tell you what I did. Financial, like, no, but whatever. So then, I go grocery shopping, and on my way to go grocery shopping, I go and buy the cookbook. Cookbook's $30. This is $20. I'm talking, I'm $50 in already. And, because I couldn't wait. And the thing is if I would have realized I would have had to wait till I got home, I would have ordered the cookbook. Amazon shipped it and had it at my house waiting for me. But I didn't know that. So, I bought the book. Well, then I went, and for some reason, then I'm like, oh, I should go on the website. Went on the website. Come to find out, you can get the old book as a download for your tablet or whatever for $10. It has the recipes in it. Now, it's not all of the same recipes. There's some recipes that are in that one that are not in the new one. Like, I think the pancake one, because I didn't find the pancake one in the other one. But I could be wrong, because I haven't... It's a huge book. It's huge. I think I'm going to have to go get it cut and spiral bound, because to make it easier to flip through and keep it open. So, but you... If you're interested in doing this... I would spend the $10 and get the ebook. Kind of. If you're not sure if you want to do this or you're kind of interested, get the ebook. I wish I would have known that. I would have had the ebook before I left. I would have read it on my iPad and I would have been good. I didn't know that. So that kind of had an issue in there. I wish I would have done before I left. It would have been very helpful. But with that said, it's okay. You gotta think. I'm pretty thrilled with it. I'm excited. I'm excited when I can get a little bit more, like my brain can encompass it. And I'm a little bit excited about their weird ingredients. I'm gonna tell you the one. collagen, internal collagen. And I'm like, do I really need this stuff? And then I start reading about internal collagen, and it soothes anxiety. Mama's getting some internal collagen shipped in because I could use some soothing of my anxiety along with my oils. Anything to bring my body back to normal. Because one thing I found is the oils all the month of November totally kept my symptoms at bay, but I haven't gotten rid of the anxiety at all. So anyway, there's my weight loss Wednesday, starting a new plan. I am so excited to keep it with you. If you got any questions, let me know. If you're doing it, give me a mama hug. And now I'm kind of getting better about the name. It's Mama. But I think I'm looking forward to the difference. I know that some of my weight gain was holiday related, but it was kind of nice. Like within one day, I can't even tell you. I'll tell you next week. Anyways, Weight Loss Wednesday. It's just so Trish. I know. I'm sorry. I've been so far away. But I'll talk to you later. Peace out.